Mm. Peace, God. It is Bootstrap Buddha back again with another banger video. So, kind of I want to get like a life update. It is. I was. What's the day? It's September 10th, Saturday, 2022. So I'm back in Philly now. So like for the past few weeks, I've been basically outside like my house for like a whole month because I left for like Woodstock on like the 17th or the 18th, and I just came back to Philly on like the 6th, which is like a couple of days ago, and like it's almost like coming back to like it's almost like you were in like the clouds and you're coming back to like Earth because like the whole Woodstock era is almost like a dream. It's almost even hard to like explain to people. And even like Woodstock was dope, but even after Woodstock, there was like the post Woodstock vibe where it's just like in New York and my friends like farms and homes and raw restaurants and raves and parties and boats and yachts. It was like bro, it was a lot going on honestly. I'm gonna make a highlight on my Instagram for like all like the Woodstock era because I got more like the snippets from there. So I'm not if it's not on like my YouTube, it'll be on my Instagram with the Woodstock Food Fest 2022 or WFF 2022. I'll make a highlight for it so you can see like all the nitty gritty. But definitely check it out because like Woodstock was like phenomenal, and it's gonna be in Florida next year. So if you can make it to Florida, definitely come next year. So I came back and I kind of got to reacclimate to like mundane life, focus on like career, and focus on like business. And I was speaking to like one of my business mentors, and I kind of felt so bad because basically like during Woodstock, I kind of like totally like fell off all of that. Like I quit my job before I left Woodstock, and then on the business side, I stopped going to as much of the meetings as well. It's like almost like all the momentum I had before I left kind of like stopped, and now I have to like kind of build it back up. And it's kind of irritating because like she was saying like what is like these events, they're cool and such, like they're phenomenal of course, but then again if you have to come back to your normal mundane life and like start to like reapply for jobs or start to like re-get into like your business like if you didn't and if your actual life it didn't like help you financially or fiscally or just like upgrade your like actual life in like a very material sense, like what is the value of it? You got to think about it. And I was thinking about it like while I was there because ideally I would like have enough, well when I have like enough assets and cash flow to like just be traveling and going to the fruit fest around the world. But you have to like build that foundation first. You have to like build your well before you need it. You feel me? You build your pipeline before you need it. Like the example that Robert always gives, Robert Kiyosaki, he says having a job is like basically getting like a bucket, going to a river and bringing it back and forth from your home. Having an asset or business is like creating like a pipeline straight from the river to your home. So like building like an asset is definitely the ideal. One of my mentors, he always says like burn the candle from both ends, basically saying even if you have a job, like make sure you're building like a business asset on your free time. Because if not, you're basically working that job until like you die. So you're focusing on that a lot more. I had like a phone call with like some dispatch company. I always forget the name, but I wrote it down on my like whiteboard. I basically should be starting with them on Wednesday or Thursday. I started training. It's very similar to like my last remote job at home. I was basically like be answering calls and like it's like a survey type thing. So it looked fairly straightforward, and it was like part time as well. So that's pretty cool. But I've been still adamant on the coding stuff. I've been practicing my typing more. Ordered a few more coding books. Been networking with like a couple of people in the coding space. Like one of my friends, her ex was like he's a full stack he's a full stack D developer. So I was speaking to him for a bit. So making sure I network more, because the thing about if you're being self taught in the like the programming space, you have to like network like a lot more. If you go to like a coding boot camp or school, you kind of like just have people around you regardless. But if you're self taught, you have to kind of initiate a lot of stuff. I've also been reading to like a audiobook just about the whole industry. Just been getting like as trying to like soak my consciousness and essence into that stuff. And also trying to focus on like the business stuff as well. Because speaking to my mentor, it's like I have products for sale. Like I really do. Like I have like a ton of products for sale. It's like I just haven't gotten in like I don't know. I feel like there's a part of my I don't know. It's so weird because I'm so good at people, but like the product part is like I'm missing. It's like I'm so good, but it's like this one part is it's like this is not there. But I want to start to focus on that more because yeah, like especially now, people are saying the price for everything is going up, and when I hear that, I'm just like make more money. Like people, oh inflation, I'm just like make more money or like build an asset. Like that's it. That's how I see it. But it takes time and energy and effort. And the other thing is like ever since come back, like I ex I expel like a lot of energy, time, and like money. They're all like correlated. But I expel like a lot of my essence at these places and people I was with, which is fine because I really do like love them. It was definitely a memorable moments. But now that I'm back, I'm trying to like tunnel vision and focus, and I realize even things that we don't deem as distractions, they're distraction. A distraction is everything that takes you off of your traction towards reaching your goal. So if it's not directly correlated to like your goal and the vision, it's a distraction in a sense. And now I have like people who want to go see me, people having like hangovers, people, oh, you're back in Philly, let's hang out. And I'm like, is this leading me towards my goals? And it's like so sad because I really do love people. But then again, it's like, I'm getting like gradually like irritated. I know it's probably not, well, I'm not gonna say if it's healthy or not, but this is like an actual like a wall. So I'm like irritated because I feel like there's so much that I could be doing, but I feel like there's the people I've been around or things I'm doing that are just not leading me towards that. Because it's all like an energetic thing at the end of the day. So I'm like, if I put myself in environments, right, where people's the intent or the values are like building like a business or asset, right, I'm more likely to build it. But if I'm going to environments where the values are just like health and environment, that's cool, right? But in terms of building like a solid foundation, like those are like two different types of energies, you know, because that's not intent. So I'm really intent on going to places or going to people which directly correlate with like business, sales, marketing, asset development, personal development, leadership. Because if not, it's like I feel like I have enough like spiritual and health like wisdom at this point. You feel me? Not I don't know everything, but it's like I'm pretty like solid. If you view like life as a game, right? I view life as a game, and you have all these different stats, right? In terms of health, I'm pretty good. You know, I'm getting better, of course, but I gotta really focus on like the business and the asset development side first. And I realized like so much like energy is almost like contagious, bro. And thoughts are really contagious, and it's like the 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 mindset behind money is more important than the money itself, because the mindset will determine if you get it or not, or how long you retain it. And I feel like just the thought patterns I hear from people, even though they may be true or not, right? I'm like, is this going to lead me towards a life of fruitful and financial abundance in both aspects? Because I want fruit and I want finances. I just don't want like one or the other. You know, I feel like a lot of times people try and separate this. They're like, oh, you have like a holistic, healthy lifestyle, or over here you have your business and your asset and all that stuff. But I'm trying to make it like one thing, and I just really have to be less is more. I'm realizing that because we live in an age where it's like there's so much people, so much things, so much opportunities, so much like this and the third. But it's like we just get distracted because there's so fucking much. So at the end of the day, we never like stick and pick one. And I feel like that's a lot. A lot of people get lost, and I don't want to be like a jack of all trades and a master of none. So I really just have to tunnel vision on like things that will actually help me in my like career and business. Because if not say it's a waste of time, but it's like if it's not leading towards that trajectory where it's like my mom is retired, I'm financially free, I have properties and land. If it's not leading towards that type of reality, well, like what am I really doing? It's actually really irritating. Like it's like actually really irritating because I'm like what? I'm like 23, right? And I know this is probably like a social like narrative that's probably like limited, but you know how in like the US they basically kick you out when you're 18. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm like 23, and it's like I'm at level, not level zero, but it's kind of like I'm at level zero in terms of like career and like business in a sense. It's like I'm at like zero, like level like zero again. And that's the thing about having like jobs, right? Because if you lose your job, you start at level zero, which is kind of like not ideal. But it's cool because I feel like the trajectory in my mindset is going to like elevate me out of it. But I don't know. I just probably have to like not conserve because I have a lot of energy. I got to concentrate my energy. Both like concentrated as like a essential oil and both concentrated as like a focus. So I feel like the more concentrated I am, the more potent I am. And I just have to like kind of like concentrate like in myself because I like share a lot and I create a lot, which is beautiful. But then again, it's like just being very cautious where I put my energy, because I feel like I was saying this before, but especially me, it's like where any environment or any person I put myself around in, 9 times out of 10 that person or energy will want me back. Like example, so on Sunday there's these Hare Krishna temples, right? My friend, she got me some like formal clothes, so we were planning to like meet there or whatever. And I'm in my head, I'm debating. I'm like, I could go to the Hare Krishna temple, right? It's gonna be cool. Gonna be chanting sacred chants, transcendental downloads. Where is my Bhagavad? Oh, here it is. But I'll show you real quick. So I was reading like the Bhagavad Gita at Woodstock. Really like profound book, changed my life. Definitely, I definitely recommend everyone read it on a spiritual journey. And like they gave me more books, and like it's deep, but I'm like, is that going to lead to a reality where I have multiple properties, land, children, my mom's retired, healthy, vibrant. Like I'm very cautious like the beliefs I have because in there like the Hare Krishnas, I love them, but they have this thing where they speak down upon like material nature, like material like activities. They're basically trying to like basically like control your senses so you don't have desires for material energy. And I'm like, bro, like I'm trying to have like 50 acres and 50 plots of land and like 50 kids. So it's like I don't know if that psychology is going to lead me towards a lifestyle where I have that amount of abundance. And like the other books I've been reading, I'm gonna start doing book reviews too. But I got to read in this. I started to read it before Woodstock, and I finished it like a couple days. Well, 2 days ago. Yesterday, 2 days ago. Yeah, the 10 Laws of Trust by Joel Peterson. It's really cool because trust is a very potent thing. And it's just seeing like being very intentful on it. I feel like a lot of people start their business relationships and their actual relationships like with like willy nilly, but having an intent is big. Another book I started reading yesterday is like The Accountability Circle by Sam Silverstein, and that's been profound. And wait, I got more books. So my friend Caitlin, she gave me. There's a guy named Mango Wadzak. Right now, after this video, go like on YouTube and Google and type in Mango Wadzak. He has this book called like vegan Topsy-Turvy World Vegan Anarchy. And this is pretty deep because I really do appreciate Mango and his thoughts like thoroughly because, I'm really adamant on the fruit and like the fruit lifestyle. But he's one of the few people who's like serious about it. Like he's like the only fruit. I remember watching one of his interviews and they were asking like questions like, what do you think about like daily green boosts and like herbs and supplements and salads and veggies? He was like only fruit, bro. He's like nothing else, plain simple. I don't mean he's so adamant on the fruit. So I'm definitely excited to finish reading that. And there's this other book that my friend Jatayu sent me. He's a QA, and he sent me like this QA book that's really like technical. And I've also been reading it's on my Kindle, but I've been reading Web Development by Andy Vickler. It's like he's speaking about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I've been reading that on my Kindle. Oh, well, actually, I don't even know how I ended up on this topic. Fuck it, we're here now. Last night I was reading. What's the best way to show you this? I could probably show you it through the store. Yeah, viewing about this book. I was reading. I'll show you a bit. The Time of Kind of Contempt by the like Witcher series by. I always don't know how to say his last name. Andrew Sapkowski. And besides that, I'm reading so much. Web Development by Andy Vickler. You can probably see it there. Web Development by Andy Vickler. And on my Audible, I'm reading Complete Software Developer Career Guide by John Summit, and that's been actually a really good read because I feel like I'm just trying to consume as much of that. Like the soft skills are just as important as the hard skills, like learning like the technical stuff. So I've been like learning a lot, but so much I'm learning, and it's like it's a bit overwhelming because even outside of that, like with career and business and friends and relationships and family and finances and bills and like it's just like so much corollary aspects of your life that you got to tap into. But I'm really confident just like diving full throttle into like the whole business because I feel like the issue is I gotta increase my self-image like a lot because I have a fairly strong sense of self and like, a lot of confidence. But it's like I don't know, like in terms of like business and sales, I feel like I gotta enhance myself more, and that's like why the clothing does help here and there. I'm gonna start to wear more and more formal stuff until like I subconsciously view myself as like a business person and like a mogul. Because if not, like I don't know, because I ain't really grew up in like an affluent environment, so I feel like the journey. I always said this before, but the journey from like employee to entrepreneur is literally harder for me than the journey from like meat eater to vegan, honestly. Because it's like we've been programmed so long to have these like very victim mentality, employee, needy, dependent type of like energy. Like we're dependent upon them for education, we're dependent upon them for jobs, we're dependent upon them for a check, we're dependent upon them for this, that, and a third. And I'd rather be a creator. I'd rather be on the side that's like creating like products, creating ideas, creating like jobs, creating businesses, creating like properties, creating like just creating assets, creating like projects, creating websites, creating apps. I'd rather be on the creative side, creating poems, creating YouTube videos. It's like I'd rather be on the creative side, and this is why like I'm here creating this now, because the creators in the world are the people who have like really make an impact. You feel me? If you're just a consumer, you won't really have as much of an impact. But I'm just getting more of the habit of creating. I'm tired of just consuming and consuming and consuming and just be on like the short end of the stick where I'm not really getting any benefit from my like intellectual and spiritual like capabilities. So creation. You feel me? We're all aspects of the creator and we have creation inside us. So that's why I always tell people, well, just create. Because we're all creative beings. That's why we came down here. If we weren't creative beings, why would we even manifest in this realm? We would have just stayed in a different fucking realm doing something else, you know? We came here for a reason. Well, and the other thing is people always be like, well, find your purpose or find your passion. I personally believe you create your purpose and your passion. Like one of my intents is to have the world eating as much fruit and being as healthy as possible, and to have a huge family and be sustainable in my family, to not have to depend upon the government or the educational or the medical industries to support my family, and just to be like fully sovereign and to be like financially abundant and ample, like excessively, like to the point where it's like I have so much money that I literally have to start giving some away, and to have like a huge family, a ton of love, a ton of laughs, a ton of fruit, a ton of traveling, ton of joy, love, bliss, clarity, transcendence. It's like all of that, and I'm going to create it, bro. I don't care how long it's like. I'm going to create it. Like big facts. I'm going to create it. I don't care like how, who, what, when, where. That's like what I see. It's just like I have to make sure I'm like I get in the right vehicle, because it's like I want to go to a certain place and there's a lot of fancy vehicles, but how do I get there? You know, like there's jets, there's boats, there's planes, there's bikes, there's bicycles, but I'm trying to enter a new stratosphere, so I need like a rocket ship, and I got to have like a lot of intent. And I'm excited because I'm getting my journal back. Well, I ordered a new journal, so like that will help like ground a lot of these thoughts, you know, because I have a lot of thoughts like streaming, but I feel like when I have my journal, you get to reflect on yourself, you know. I get to like almost talk to myself. It's almost like a counsel, like I split my like persona or my spirit into like multiple parts, and I just get to like have them all individually talk and give their opinions on things, and it's a really beautiful experience. So I don't know. These coming weeks, I may try and either I'm posting more, I'm posting less. I don't know, but I really do gotta concentrate on the studying, man. I gotta almost treat it like I'm in actual school, or like I'm in like an actual normal job. Just treat it like 8 hours a day to study. Because I'm really like adamant on getting into the tech space. And also, happy full moon. Oh yeah, also I clean my hair. I'm sorry, there's so much stuff I want to talk about, but yeah, I wash my hair just now. I always often wash it during full moons and new moons, and all I use is like the Dr. Bronner's tea tree, and then that's practically it. But yeah, so that's also it can also count as a lockup day. I really do love my hair, and then like I'm growing to like love it more and more every year. Hope you can see all of it. But yeah, man, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm just trying to focus, especially for like Woodstock in February. Just trying to really tunnel vision to get myself into the tech space, and just really trying to upgrade my life, man. Because once I'm master this finance stuff, like I'm mastering this fruit stuff, right? Once I master this fruit and finance stuff, and then the family, ooh, it's over. But yeah, I love you. Appreciate your energy. Appreciate your time. Please like, comment, subscribe. That's my first time saying that too. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you have any videos you want me to speak upon, and I'll get back to you. And again, auspicious energy. I love you. Peace.